Hey y'all, hey, it's Amber, bringing you our weekly time together to talk about movies. We will be going over this weekend's new releases, as well as what I have and have not been watching, a complete rundown of last week's box office stats, which includes us going over the changes of the top 10, how well I did on the top 5 predictions I had, and more importantly, who was number 1? Are you ready? Let's get started. Alright, before we even get into the new releases, can we just talk about how big of a blonde moment I had in last week's video? I mean, what was happening? I completely screwed up all of the dates and completely missing the entire fact that there were 3 new release movies and not just one. Like, I don't know where my brain was at. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry for that, and I'm going to try to do better in this video, but of course if I'm not, definitely let me know in the comments. Alright, so for new releases for this upcoming weekend, Black Widow is actually the only wide release new movie coming out, and I've seen so many trailers for this movie to the point that none of them actually like wowed me enough to want to go see it. So I'm not planning on going to see it in theaters. I do want to at some point rewatch the entire Marvel universe of movies, so I figure at some point in that process I'll go see it, but as of right now I'm not planning on going to see it. So there are 2 limited release movies coming out this weekend, but the one called Summertime caught my interest mainly because it had me singing the song of the same name. Summertime by DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. So because of that, I watched the trailer. Oh, shit.
Maybe we not even depressed. Maybe we just hungry.
Oh shit. That was cool. I might also add, it was really hard trying to find this movie's IMDb page. It kept for some reason trying to tell me that I was looking for the Netflix show of the same name, Summertime, but no, that ain't it. Which now I kind of want to know what that's about, but there's 2 seasons, so who knows. I'm already behind on TV shows. This new movie though actually looks pretty interesting. It follows 25 different people that live in Los Angeles on one hot summer day and everything that they kind of go through. I definitely am interested in seeing it sometime, maybe possibly when it's on streaming services. I'll definitely leave a link below so you could watch the trailer for yourself to see what you think. And before you guys started tagging me, no, I haven't watched Loki yet. No, I know, it's killing me. But at this point, I'm just like, I'll just wait till all of the episodes are out because I think the last one is either coming out this week or next week. So I figure I'll just torture myself, binge it all, and then just be in this awful show hole of wanting more Loki and not being able to. Also, I'm sure I'll have some opinions, so you might want to stay tuned for that. I started season 2 of Too Hot to Handle, and the main thing I could take away from that, because I'm only 2 episodes in, but those people are crazy. If you've seen the show, you know the show is about, they take a handful of really attractive young people and they put them on this really paradise looking resort, and they give them some time to kind of get to know each other, and then wham! There's a sex ban. They're not allowed to make out, touch each other sexually or themselves, as well as they can't do their shebang bang 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 bang, as well as any other sexual inappropriate things, or they'll get fined.
The purpose of this retreat is to help you gain more emotional connections. I will deduct money if there are meaningless flings.
What? This is crazy. We're gonna end up broke.
They could all win $100,000 at the end to divide between everyone, but if you break rules, they deduct money from that. And when I say these people are crazy this season, they crazy. Because not even 24 hours has gone by for this ban to be in play, and they've already broken so many rules. It's ridiculous. I cannot tell you how much money they've already deducted from them in the first 24 hours. Not to mention, it's very interesting to see how territorial some of these guys are with the girls that they're interested in. So I can only imagine how long it's going to take for the girls to be super clingy with the guys that they want to be with, even though you can't do anything. The whole thing is they're trying to like get these people to focus more on an emotional connection instead of just a physical and a sexual connection, and that's the draw that I had with the first season, which is why I enjoyed it. Either way, I have a feeling this season's going to be another nice, messy, bad TV reality show that I love watching because weirdly enough, it makes me feel better about myself. I don't know, that might say a lot about me. So if you like that kind of bad TV, then you should definitely check it out. It is on Netflix, and I'm sure I'll have more opinions next week about it. I did forget to mention in prior videos that I had started 2 other shows. One was the 2nd season of Dirty John, the Betty Broderick story, as well as Amazon's Invincible, which I just recently finished both of them. I definitely recommend watching both of them, especially 2nd season of Dirty John, the Betty Broderick series. It follows a woman named Betty Broderick, who is actually played by Amanda Peet.
Hey girl, where you been? I haven't seen you in a long time.
She's pretty much pushed to her snapping limits because of this nasty divorce she's going through with her dickhead lawyer of an ex-husband who is expertly played by Christian Slater, who I love dearly, but oh my god, he could go somewhere in this series. Oh my god. So definitely check that out. It's on Netflix. It'll just blow your mind with the crap that this poor lady went through and just how it all ends. I'm still kind of like, wow. The second show, Invincible, is an animated series which is on Amazon, and it's about a teenager named Mark whose dad is the most powerful superhero in the world. Nice little spin on it if you ask me. And cool enough, this show has a lot of voice talent in it. Like, for instance, the main character Mark is voiced by my boy Glenn from Walking Dead, aka Academy Award nominee Steven Yeun, and his dad is played by He's Got an Oscar, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 aka J.K. Simmons. Some other cool voice talents to throw out there is like Sandra Oh, Walton Goggins, and Zachary Quinto. Love Zachary Quinto. I don't really watch too many animated series, mainly because there's so many episodes usually. Like, I feel like they get more episodes than like actual live action dramas. So I constantly am like behind on the animated series, like Hello, The Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, Archer, and BoJack Horseman. I just never feel like I can keep up with them. Doesn't mean you shouldn't see them, it's just they got a lot of content. I am actually waiting for like a true crime, maybe serial killer type of animated series, and I know there probably is something like that already out, so if there is and you know what it is, let me know in the comments so I could check it out, because I'd be totally all over that. And the main reason why I say that is because from time to time I do watch like animated horror YouTube videos. So I feel like something like that or true crime or something, I'd be all over. Like, for instance, my friend Dahmer, I don't know if you've ever read that graphic novel, it's amazing. And from the perspective of a guy who went to school with Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, enough said. You should check it out though. Back to Invincible though, regardless, it was actually pretty engaging, interesting, and really funny. So I highly recommend watching it. It's on Amazon Prime, and I challenge you not to binge it, because I promise you that is very hard to do, because every episode ends with a oh my god cliffhanger and you're just like, oh, I have to watch another one. Check it out. I think that covers all the new releases and watching. So have you guys watched Dirty John or Invincible, or also are you planning on watching Black Widow this weekend? Let me know in the comments below so we could talk about it. Moving right along, I thought I would do something different this week and go over my predictions for last weekend before we get into the top 10 so we could see how they affected each other. So for number 5, I chose Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard to come in at number 5. Number 4 I have as one of the new releases from last weekend being Boss Baby Family Business. Number 3 I have as Quiet Place Part 2. Number 2 I have as the other new release for last weekend with the Forever Purge, and number 1 I have again as Fast and Furious 9. So those were my predictions for July 2nd through July 5th. Now let's go over the changes. Just a reminder, I only keep track of the movies that at some point or another was in the top 5, just so there's no confusion on why I don't just go over the complete top 10 and other videos, because there are movies that make it into the top 10 but unfortunately they never make it into the top 5. So that's why I only go over certain numbers, if you're wondering. Alright, so the first change I saw this weekend, and also our goodbye for this week, our friend Spirit Untamed came in at number 12 this week, and last week it was at number 8, so adieu, our good friend. You were swell. Number 10, In the Heights came in, and last week was number 7, so it's slowly making its way down. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the next one we have to say goodbye to next week. So surprisingly, Zola, which was a new release last weekend, came in at number 9. It made $1.23 million for its opening weekend, with a total of $1.6 million for the entire holiday weekend. So That's pretty good considering I didn't think it was going to be in the top 10. Number 8, The Conjuring 3 came in, and the week before it came in at number 6, so it's slowly going down, which means I need to go see it ASAP before it disappears from theaters. Number 7 was Peter Rabbit 2, and the weekend before last it was number 4, so that was a kind of a surprise for me. But I knew it wouldn't be in the top 5, so. And at number 6 was Cruella, who was finally bumped out of its number 5 spot from last week. So I have a feeling that it's going to slowly continue to go down. Since now we're really getting into the summer releases, and people are just going to start getting knocked down more and more because the bigger the movie is, the less the spots there are, and it's the law of the box office. Alright, so let's finally go over the box office top 5 biggest grossing movies for July 2nd through the 5th. This past weekend was a holiday weekend. Happy birthday, America and myself. USA, USA. So what I'm going to do is I'll announce the Friday through Sunday amount made, followed by the complete money made from Friday to Monday, just so you have both numbers. Alright, so coming in at number 5 was Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which made $3 million this weekend, with a total of $3.9 million for the entire holiday weekend. And the weekend before last, it was at number 3. So 3 to 5. Number 4, which was a surprise for me, was A Quiet Place Part 2, which made $4 million for this weekend, and a total of $5 million for the entire holiday weekend. And the previous weekend it came in at number 2. So 2 to 4. Coming in at number 3 was our first opening movie of that weekend, which is The Forever Purge, making $12 million for the weekend and a total of 15 for the entire holiday weekend. Wow. I have a feeling like that movie, that might be the strongest that movie does, and it's just going to slowly go down. I think that's how it plays out with the Purge movies, but we'll see. Biggest surprise is coming in at number 2, also the other opening new movie of last weekend, was Boss Baby Family Business, making it $16 million for that weekend and a total of $20 million for the entire holiday weekend. Number 2, guys. You can't underestimate those boss babies. They gonna bring the kids to the yard. And at number 1, as I predicted, was Fast and Furious 9, making $22 million for the past weekend, and a total of $30 million for the entire holiday weekend. And again, last weekend it was number 1, so it's like, I ain't going nowhere. Boss baby who? Alright, so that was the top 5 for July 2nd through the holiday weekend of July 5th. So let's get into my predictions for this upcoming weekend. My predictions is another tough one. It's for July 9th through the 11th. And, oh my god, like, the insides of me are telling me to say Fast and Furious 9 is going to be number 1 again. But also, there's a chance, because of Marvel fans, that Black Widow might bump it out and be number 1. So I'm kind of going back and forth with who's going to be 1 and 2. So I'm just going to, like, nip it in the butt. Black Widow number 1, Fast and Furious 9 number 2, The Boss Baby Family Business number 3, Quiet Place Part 2 number 4, and 5 I'm still kind of like, it's either going to be The Forever Purge or it might be A Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So it's another toss up for me for that slot, but just to make a solid choice, I'm just going to say number 5 will be The Forever Purge. So what are your predictions for this coming weekend? Comment down below. Let me know. Alright, so that's it for this week's movie talk with me and you. How did you do on last week's predictions for your top 5? Were there any surprises or anything? Did you agree with my predictions for the top 5 for this upcoming weekend? Or do you think there's going to be some surprises? Definitely let me know and comment down below so we could discuss it and chit chat. Until next time, guys, be safe, be well, be silly. And as always, please tell your mother I said hello. Seriously.